Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Vexcraft. Last time we built these mushroom escape pods, MUFOs, moo movers, whatever you want to call them. We built these, and we also built out at the iron farm. Our iron farm we built way back in the early part of the season and decorated that a little bit. So, yeah, we're going to do some other things today, perhaps out at the iron farm, just some little, some other improvements, I guess, that we can make out there. But first, today what we want to do is we want to go over here and we want to start today's episode off with a Ask Jarvis question of the day. And today's question is, will the BFR cats and dogs survive the invasion, the mushroom invasion currently going on here at the island? Concentrate and ask again. Okay, we will do that. We will do that. We will do that. So, this time in deep concentration, will the BFR cats and dogs survive the invasion? If it is true, blame Asuma. There you go. There you go, guys. Blame Asuma for, I guess, animals surviving the apocalypse? That's a weird thing to blame Asuma for, but okay. If you say so, Jarvis. If you say so. Alright, guys, so what are we going to do today? Well, I was looking around the island here, thinking about, you know, the meteor, the MUFOs we got here, and how we're sort of, you know, claiming this is the pre-mushroom island. And I looked around and I noticed there's quite a lot of mushrooms here for being a pre-mushroom island, right? Like there's mushrooms basically everywhere. And I really like the way the mushrooms look on the island. Like the brown and the red I think fits really well with the whole theme of the area. But a lot of these giant mushrooms rather, have been here since the beginning. They've been here since the beginning of the season, beginning of the server. And yeah, I think it's time we go ahead and take these out. And I was thinking of ideas that we could use to like sort of keep the mushrooms, but also at the same time not keep them. And the idea I came up with is that instead of having giant mushrooms everywhere, we should instead have mushroom trees. Now, I think this makes a lot of sense because number one, it keeps sort of the color scheme of the island. It adds something we don't have, which is trees anywhere. Like there are 0 trees on here. Besides the tree farm in the back there, behind the villager breeder you see right there. Yeah, I want to make mushroom trees because I think it makes a lot of sense, right? Because, you know, the mycelium's coming in, the mycelium meteor's coming in, the mushrooms are coming in, there's mushrooms in these pods as well as the mushroom cows. So, if we made mushroom trees, you can sort of think of it like the mycelium meteor hits, the mycelium spreads, that fungus destroys the trees, like it gets into the trees, and the trees then die out. And then where the trees fall, right, where the trees like you know their branches fall down, their trunk rots out, that's where mushrooms would pop out because that's where the biomass is, right? So I think it makes a lot of sense that, you know, if trees were here first, then the mycelium came and sort of like infected the trees die off, and then a giant mushroom, pops up where the tree used to exist. So that's what we're going to do here. We're going to make mushroom trees where all these giant mushrooms are. So let's go ahead and come on down here. We need to get our axe out, our Silk Touch axe. So we'll just grab this one here, I think. Yeah, and this one is actually the fortune one, so we'll put that away. Grab this Silk Touch one, so that way we can't lose any mushroom blocks. That'll help us out with the leaves a little bit. We're going to come out here, and I think we'll put like the first one. Let's just put the first one right here. I think I'm going to try dark oak for this red one, this red mushroom. And then we'll try acacia for the brown mushrooms, and we'll see how that looks. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut these down here. We'll gather all of the mushroom blocks up, of course. And we'll see if we can make ourselves some mushroom trees. Alright guys, so here's an example of what I'm sort of talking about here. So here we have a red mushroom tree, which I made by just simply growing a dark oak tree right here, 2x2 dark oak. And then, yeah, basically just replacing the leaves, the dark oak leaves here, with some red mushroom blocks. And I'm thinking maybe we try a different tree type. I think this 2x2 dark oak tree might be a little bit too much, and also it's like too much of a mass of red mushroom up here. I think maybe acacia trees would be the way to go. because they're sort of like minimal on the leaf portion. If you look down here, you can see like acacia leaves. Yeah, they're sort of like minimal on the leaf portion, and they also have like some interesting quirks to their design. Like they move out quite a bit compared to the rest of the trees. So yeah, I think maybe acacia trees are the way to go. So let's go ahead and try that instead. Let's grab somewhere in here. Yeah, I have some acacia saplings. Get rid of the dark oak saplings. We'll also get rid of the leaves, I think. And we'll try this again, but with some acacia trees instead of the dark oak trees. So let's try it again, see if that one looks any better than what we currently have with this dark oak red mushroom tree. Alright guys, this is much, much better. So, we have the acacia tree that we grew. We replaced the leaves with some red mushroom blocks, and then we replaced the acacia logs with dark oak logs. And I think this is what we're going to go with right here. I think we're going to go with the dark oak logs, and then acacia tree variant, basically. So, yeah, I think this will work out. I think this will provide like a nice balance between the mushroom and not having the mushrooms, basically. So, yeah, I think this will work out. We got enough shears here, I think, and I do have somewhere, yeah, some dark oak logs, a couple of dark oak logs, which will hopefully be enough to replace all the acacia trees we need to grow here. I'll probably do the same thing for the brown mushrooms, although for that one we might go with like spruce just to vary it up ever so slightly. So this might be, instead of dark oak, we might just do spruce here. You can see the texture is very slightly different. But we might just keep it the same as well. We'll have to see. I did try some other textures, like I tried the acacia, I tried the jungle wood, I tried the oak here, and I think the dark oak is by far the best. So we may just stick with the dark oak. But anyways, yeah, that's the next step, is to go ahead and replace all the mushrooms on the island with mushroom trees. So let's go ahead and get started on that right now. Alright guys, so right now you can tell we have the mushroom trees done. A lot of them done on this part of the island here, and I think it's looking pretty good. Yeah, it adds just a little bit of something that's different, while also keeping the familiar colors that we had before. So I think we're going to go ahead and keep this sort of pattern here, and do this on all the rest of the trees. You can see we got about, I think, like 15 or 20 done so far here. And there's some over here as well. I think it looks particularly nice, like looking from the ocean here back toward the island. So that's looking pretty good. And I think the brown ones also look pretty good. So I think we'll go ahead and continue that pattern over here into the other parts of the island. So I'll continue to work here, and let's do it. Alright guys, so we've now done a few more mushroom trees, and we have now run out of mushroom blocks, or red mushroom blocks I should say. We still have a few more of the brown mushroom blocks, because we had a few more of those for some reason. But the red mushroom blocks we have run out of. Luckily, we still have our red mushroom block farm right here, which we should be able to activate and use here, no problem. And I think let's see, the red mushrooms, I think these go, actually these are just for show in here. So let me see, I think I have a bunch of red mushrooms and brown mushrooms actually down in the base, because yeah, we've been sort of taking down mushrooms periodically here throughout the season, so I think I put this out. Yeah, right there. So we're just going to grab some of these. The other thing we need is bone meal. So we got a little bit of bone meal here. And so we're just going to pop in and make sure this farm still works, to see if we can get some of the red mushrooms here. So let's just hop on in here. I think we put the bone meal in this one, I'm pretty certain, just like that. And then we just need this let's see, Fortune Axe, Legolas. So I think we need Legolas. I think this is, yeah, Efficiency 4, Silk Touch, Unbreaking 3. This one's Efficiency, yeah, I think we need the Efficiency 4, and then I think we just flick this lever, hop in the cart, and then just look up at this thing. I'm pretty certain. So let's turn this on like so. Let's just look up like this. There we go. Yep, okay, and then, yep, just like that. But then I think we also need, yeah, we need one more of these. I'm pretty certain. We also need a, yeah, we also need a mushroom in our offhand. So let me get that going. So we need this. Let's just quickly turn this off. I gotta make sure not to hit that bottommost slime block. But all the red mushroom blocks should have made their way down into our fuel system, which kind of unfortunately, I don't know if you guys know this or not. I'm not sure if I covered in the snapshots or not, but in the future, in Minecraft 1.13, redstone blocks will actually not be able to be used for fuel. So you actually can't use them as fuel in the future. So they actually got rid of that feature. But we do have the dried kelp block, so that sort of makes up for it a little bit. But yeah, still kind of unfortunate they removed it. I'm not exactly sure why, but yeah, it's sort of their choice, I guess, to do that, but yeah, I thought it might be a little bit unnecessary, but still. One other interesting thing about this farm design is this farm will actually not work at all in the next update, even if you wanted to use it to just farm red mushroom blocks. That's because in 1.13, the block mechanic, like the block replacing mechanic, has been changed. So I think it actually replaces all these leaf blocks here, so you actually have to move like all of the blocks, instead of just the ones like we're doing here on the midpoints and also the stem. So yeah, that'll be a big challenge for people to come up with a design to, yeah, get around that. But for now, I think this one will still work here. Let's make sure we got enough bone meal. We do. Let's go ahead and place down a thing in the middle here. We'll turn this on, hop right in, and then hopefully be able to get the red mushrooms down, just like that. There we go. And I think we have a red mushroom up there right now. Might not, though. Nope, we don't. We gotta replant. 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 Come on, replant. Oh, there we go. Okay. Gotta be very careful with this, though. There we go. There's that one. There's that one. There's that one. And that one. Okay, so now it should grow again. We get rid of it. Break the next one. There we go. Okay, now we're rolling. So now we just hold down right and left mouse button. Just like this. Pretty straightforward. And yeah, this is just now farming red mushrooms for us. So, red mushroom blocks for us, I should say. So that's awesome. And you'll see we occasionally place down one with our other hands. So, yeah, this thing is still rolling and working pretty nicely. So, I'll just wait here. We'll get a bunch more red mushroom blocks. I almost said redstone blocks, but we'll get a bunch more red mushroom blocks and then continue to build the mushroom trees. Alright guys, so as you can see here, we now have all the mushrooms on this side of the island, this side right of the ravine right here. All the mushrooms on this side should now be transformed into mushroom trees. So I'm just going to do a quick fly around here, make sure I got all of them. I did get the one over by Garden Ramsey over here, so we did get that one. That was kind of a challenge to get because of the mining fatigue there. And this one also gave me mining fatigue when I made this one right here. But yeah, I think it's I think we got all of them now. Just double checking. Of course, our house is sort of the outlier now, but it still looks like it fits in. I think it's still it makes it easier to identify which one is my house now, because people got confused, especially earlier on in the season, which one my house was. So now you know it's the one on the ground. It's the non-tree one, the non-tree one. So yeah, I'm just searching through here. It looks like we got all of them on this half. You see, the other half we have not started yet. Just wanted to make sure we got all of these over here. And the cave are done. Yeah, I think we got all of them on this half, because the ravine sort of comes in right there. Sweet, yeah. So let me know what you guys think about this. But yeah, I think it's looking pretty good. I think this is actually quite an improvement over what we had before with just the mushrooms. Makes it look a little bit different, a little bit unique. And like I said before, I really like the way it looks, especially when you come out, like you're coming in from the ocean. Like you can see the trees sort of overhanging the water. Looks really cool. And I ran out of elytra. Yes, I did. Awesome. Luckily, I wasn't too high up. Anyways, guys, I think I'm going to have to call this an episode for today. I realize this episode is probably somewhat short, but yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And I think next time we will probably do some type of Q&A. So if you guys have any Q&A questions that you want answered, yeah, feel free to leave your questions in the comments below, and I'll try to get to as many of them as possible next time. So yeah, leave your questions in the comments section below. Next time, we're going to do a little bit more of the mushroom tree stuff on the other half of the island, and then also there's some other small stuff I need to do around the island that I've been wanting to do for quite some time. So anyways, guys, please leave a like if you enjoyed. I'm not sure why I'm taking off right now, but I'm trying to. Yeah, please make sure to hit the like button if you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe for more videos like this. And as always, guys, thanks again for watching. This has been Cub. Goodbye.